For this project, I'm going to be using Bond Crafter resin. I have never used this resin before, and I'm going to be using it to make up about 20 reindeer. It's a 1-to-1 ratio resin that you mix slowly in a cup like most 1-to-1 ratio resins. I'm going to go through this kind of fast, and I will name the products as I go through it, and at the very end when I demold them I will show you photos of the different products in case you decide you like one better than the other and you might like to try doing one of these molds. Each of these reindeer takes 1 ounce of resin, and when you take into account that you're mixing glitter in, it's really a little less than an ounce of resin per reindeer. So for these first 2 reindeer, I'm actually using an eye candy mica powder called Snowflake. I've used this white mica powder for years. It's a beautiful white sparkly mica powder. And then for the antlers, I'm actually using some Let's Resin Chunky Glitter, and I'm pouring it into the antlers. And I wished I had a little bit of a darker color for the antlers, but you'll see toward the end. So, and for the next 2 reindeer, I'm going to be using the Let's Resin Chameleon Flakes, and I'm just using 2 different colors. They look so similar when you look at them in the packages, and they're all named something different. So I just wanted to see how different the colors were once you mix them together. And for the antlers, I'm using a silver glitter and for the hoofs and the tail, and that's for both of these reindeer. So for these next 2 reindeer, I'm using the Michaels Chunky Glitter, and I'm putting them in both. One of them I am using the silver glitter for the antlers and for the hoofs and the tail, and the other one I'm doing all in the blue chunky glitter. And at the very end, I'm going to be adding something to the antlers after I demold them. So these next 2 reindeer, again, I'm using the Michaels Chunky Glitter, the blue and the red. The only problem with using the chunky glitter is you kind of have to push it up into the antlers or the real narrow canals, because the chunky glitter has a problem with, getting into the small areas. Next 2 were the Michaels White and Gold Chunky Glitter. And then the next reindeer I actually filled with clear resin, and I took some specialty glitter. They call it specialty glitter, but it's really little tiny chunks of acrylic, and I sprinkled that on top of the clear resin. The next one, I took some more clear resin and I mixed in some gold flakes and just mixed it in, which broke them up a little bit more, and dumped it on. But this was kind of hard to do also, to get it into those little crevices and channels in the reindeer. It would be easier to use in like a large chunky mold. And this next glitter I used is called Pirate's Gold, and I got it from Fairy Tale Apothecary. It's a real pretty sparkly gold glitter. And then the very last one I did was glitter called Ice Glaze Hilo. I'll show you the package at the end, but also a very pretty white iridescent glitter. I don't show it. I use 99% isopropyl alcohol and squirt it over all of it to help with the bubbles. For the next 3 that I did, I actually used a very fine glitter from Michaels. One was gold, one was silver, one was purple. And I had only poured part of the purple in before I moved on to the next one, which was actually chunky glitter, and it says Crafter's Square on it. And I think Crafter's Square is the Dollar Tree, and it's quite a large bottle of glitter. I was kind of surprised. I think I've been holding on to it for a while and have never used it. And again, the chunky glitter, you have a hard time getting up into the antlers, the small channels, the narrow areas. And this is even chunkier than the chunky glitter from Michaels. And then the very last one, I put clear resin in, and I sprinkled glass over the top. Can't have a reindeer without glass on it, and I wanted to see how that would turn out. And I tell you what, at the very end here, I was kind of panicking because I had moved on to something else and came back to this. I had forgot about the two last reindeer, the purple one that I didn't finish and the one with the chunky glitter from Crafter's Square. And then this resin that I had to work on these had started to set up. So I'm not really sure how the last two are going to turn out, but we'll see. And next you'll see me demolding them, and I'll show you all the products I used. And again, I sprayed them all with the isopropyl alcohol to help get rid of the bubbles on the back. So I'm going to go through this kind of fast, but I'll show you all the products at the end when I show you the finished reindeer, because I am going to be adding some more to some of these reindeer. So the green one is the Michaels Chunky Glitter. These two are the Let's Resin Chameleon Flakes with the silver fine glitter for the antlers, and these next two are both the chunky glitter from Michaels. I just love the chunky glitter from Michaels. I think it just makes everything sparkle. And these two have the mica powder in it, and those are really sparkly too. And the antlers are made with the Let's Resin chunky glitter. These next two are with fine glitters, the gold and the silver. And then this next one is the clear resin with the glass in it. And I let this sit too long. If you have an overpour of resin that you have to get off with the deburring tool, you're better off doing it within 24 hours or a little more of pulling it out of the mold, because otherwise it gets too hard and you can't get it off with the deburring tool. And this purple one I didn't even finish. And this is with the chunky glitter from Dollar Tree. And then this is also the chunky glitter from Michaels. This is the fine glitter from Fairy Tale Apothecary. This is the gold foil. And then this was that, acrylic pieces. And then these two are all the chunky glitters, or these last four are the chunky glitters. One of those other sparkly ones must have been something else. And keep on watching, because I'm going to add some more glitter to the antlers. So here I'm using the new Resiners air purifier. It's pretty cool. It tells you the humidity in the room. It shows you if you have any VOCs. It's green when the air is pretty clean, and if it detects any VOCs, it'll turn red and increase the fan speed to suck in whatever fumes there might be. It tells you the temperature in the room. You can set a timer on how long you want it on. Anyway, this part I'm going to go through real super fast. All I'm doing here is I'm using UV resin, and any of the antlers that I did not put the glitter, the different color glitter on, I'm adding it now and then putting it under the UV light. So for the first ones, I'm using the gold glitter, and just keep watching to the end, because I'm going to show you what they all look like up close so that you can see, and I'll talk about them. And honestly, I think it would be easier just to pour the different color resins in the antler as you're doing it. There's a little bit of a risk of it running into the head, but I think it would be a lot easier. But this is pretty also. So anyway, I added gold to all of these, put them under the UV light. These ones I added the silver to. And the only drawback when you're pouring the resin into the antlers is if you're using the chunky glitter, it's really hard to get into there, and easier just to add it at the end here. But so there are some pros and cons. And then these I added some blue, and just continue to add the different color of resin, sparkles mixed with the UV resin, and then putting it under the UV light. Hey everyone, like my science board, it reminds me of when my kids were little and they had to do the science projects. So anyway, this was the best way I could think of so that you could see all of them all together. So these ones at the very top, all here are all done with the mica powder. And this one, which is probably one of my favorites, I did with the white snow candy mica powder. And I've been using this for years. It's real sparkly and pretty. And none of these companies are paying me to do, advertisement about their products. These just happen to be products that I like. And in the top of it, the antlers were actually done with the Let's Resin Chunky Chameleon Flakes, or Chunky Glitter, I'm sorry. And I did put it in the mold, and then I added more on top because I wanted it darker. Look how pretty that is. I think that is so pretty. And as you can see, they're all, some of them I put the glitter inside of it, inside of the mold, and some I did all the same color and then just went ahead and added the glitter on top after. And honestly, I think it's easier just to add the glitter while you're pouring the mold. I mean, you do risk it dripping down and coming into other areas when you're doing it, but I just think it's easier. You know, I took the time after I did it all, then I got more glitter and used the UV resin and put it on. But if I was you, I would just do the pour the antlers at the same time that you pour the other ones. But anyway, these top ones were all with the mica powder. This was with a blue mica powder. And this one here, I've had these reindeer molds for a couple of years, and I actually did this reindeer 2 years ago and never made the video. I put more resin on top, and then, not UV resin, this is before I even started using UV resin. But I used regular resin and just kind of top coated it and stuck these pieces of glass on there, which I think is kind of pretty, and then more glitter on the very top. And I thought those turned out kind of pretty. But anyway, that's about 2 years old. I just never did the video on it. And then this row here, all the ones on this row here are all chunky glitter from Michaels, except for this one. This is another one of my favorites. This is actually chunky glitter from Crafter's Square, which I believe Crafter's Square brand is Dollar Tree. I'm gonna have to go up there. I think I've owned this for a couple of years and just never used it. But I'm gonna have to go up there and see what their glitter looks like, because isn't that pretty? I think that is beautiful. That is really one of my favorites, maybe my favorite. And then the glitter on the top. So this one I just filled and then put the glitter on after with the UV resin. And the glitter I used, so there's 3 types of the glitter from Michaels. They have well, actually 4 types. They have the chunky glitter, the real fine glitter, and then the one in between. And the one in between is the one that I used to put at the top of all of the antlers that I have the silver on. I just think that is so pretty. So these other ones, I mean, the Michaels chunky glitter is real pretty too. And this is another one of my favorites, the red with the gold. So again, Michaels chunky glitter, and then the top is actually the Michaels gold chunky glitter. And you know, they also sell that glitter in a combination of the 3. I think you can get it that it has the chunky, the fine, and the medium all in one container. So anyway, so I thought that's another one of my favorites. And also, I like the ones that have the bigger antlers on them. Let me see if I can get this back up here. I like the ones that have the great big antlers on them, not so much the smaller ones. So this is with the white chunky glitter from Michaels. That's real pretty too. So, and the other one that looks very similar to the white chunky glitter are the ones with the chameleon flakes. So this is the Let's Resin Chameleon Flakes. These are both done with that. This is another favorite with the big silver antlers on it. And the chameleon flakes certainly are pretty. And so it's just easier. So this one you can tell I put this in at the same time that I poured the white. And I think that's really the way to go. Don't waste your time unless you need it to be darker. Like this, I ended up pouring it when I poured the original mold, and I ended up putting more on after because I just wanted it darker, and I really think that helped that one out. But as far as the silver, I really don't think you have to do it separate. And the other thing is, each of these reindeer has a little hole for for like a little hook for your Christmas tree. And I thought these would be really cute as tags too. You know, on the gifts, you could write their name on it if you wanted, and put it as a gift tag. And that would be part of their present. They could hang it on the tree the next year, especially if they're kids. That would be a lot of fun. And then these next three here are all the very fine glitter. And this is the Michael's Fine Glitter. This is a glitter I think I've had around for years, just never used it. And then this one here is this is a glitter from Fairy Tale Apothecary. Look how pretty that is. It's real sparkly. And this is a company that has a whole bunch of different glitters. And this is Fairy Tale Apothecary Pirate's Gold. Real sparkly and pretty. And that's another favorite of mine. And then I did one with glass. Let me see if I can even get it down. It's way up here. Whoops. Here's the one with glass, which is kind of pretty. It's different. The back of it, well, I guess it's sunk in. It's a little rough on the back, but that's kind of pretty. And then the other one that I did over here with the gold is with that gold leaf. I guess gold leaf, or I don't know, gold foil. That's kind of pretty too. I like that. That's different. And again, I love the ones with the big antlers. I think those are the prettiest. So let's see if I can do this without knocking them all down. And then this one I'm going to put back up. It's the chunky glitter. So all in all, I think they turned out pretty. The molds. So the molds, you get 3 of them when you buy them. You get 3 separate ones. And you can get them on Amazon, and you can also get them on Temu. On Amazon, the Amazon Prime, they're $20 for the 3 of them, and you get them the next day. I also found them on Amazon Prime, $13.99, free shipping, but you don't get them, and they don't guarantee them till December, sometime in December, like a week and a half to 2 weeks. Now you can also find them on Temu, which also takes a week and a half to 2 weeks, but they're only $8.99. So it just depends on how long you want to wait, how bad you want them, you know, whatever. But I just think they would make cute little gifts, tags for your presents, things to sell at a craft fair. Really cute, and you know, 20 ornaments done 20 different ways. Which one was your favorite? I have about 3 favorites there. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you enjoyed the channel, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll be notified when a new video comes out. And we have an amazing group over on our Facebook group. Come join us there. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for watching.